No more football.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hobby Hotline. This is episode number 289. I am Logan Ward, and with me this morning is the rookie card specialist. He's down here somewhere, Victor Roman. How you doing, Victor?
I'm doing good, gentlemen. Good morning to you. Good morning to the comments or the chat, and good morning to the hobby.
Yes, and also we've got Mr. Stale Gum himself. He's calm.
Yes, it's me.
Calm.
First time in a while.
Chris Harris. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing just great.
Cool, man.
I can't even remember the last time I was on this show. It's been a while.
I think the last time we were all three together.
Yeah.
So I guess
we need to work on like mixing it up a little. No offense, guys, but
yeah, I guess they wanted the Three Stooges this morning. So what the heck? So
does that make you what? Mo, Larry?
So before we start, I'd like to send out our thoughts and prayers to the citizens of Kansas City.
Yeah,
in the wake of the terrible and senseless tragedy they had this past week. It's I just don't understand why our country's this way, but it's just, and I don't want to get political, but I just don't. It's just a terrible thing. I'll just say that.
Yep.
Just a couple of punk kids too with an argument.
Yeah, it wasn't.
When I was a kid, we settled our arguments with these, but
Yeah,
it's where we are now.
It's a different world for sure. So starting out, I think we had a little football game this past week that was kind of big. What do you guys think about the outcome of that game? Did you have any horses in that race or anything like that?
Me personally, I did not. I was hosting a little. I'm one that I like to listen to the game, pay attention to the game, really focus in, listen to the commentary. But then when you have guests over, right, it's like you could barely hear the TV or barely hear what's going on. And then you start getting trapped into, hosting responsibilities, and you're getting waters or you're getting drinks or you're bouncing around all over the place. But I did record it. So I am looking to settle in perhaps this weekend and watch it again. But overall, I was very impressed with the way Mahomes kind of came in the fourth quarter. It was kind of like back and forth. It was a defensive game to me quite a bit. And then in the fourth quarter, Mahomes just kind of like took over and went into that elite stratosphere. You know what I mean? And he really showed his talents. And even in the overtime, he just took over. He just took over the entire game, which really gives, a good bump to his legacy status, I think.
It was interesting because I heard something, I think it was Andy Reid on the sideline during the game. There was a situation, it was like a fourth down, or maybe it was like a third and long. And he just told Mahomes, I'm going to give you this play, but you do whatever you have to do to get this first down. And that's what great quarterbacks do. They just find a way to get those 10, 15 yards on a third and long to continue and stretch out the game. So as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I was more happy, not necessarily happy that Kansas City won, because, we're all still Andy Reid fans. And even though we got beat by them in last year's Super Bowl, we were kind of happy that Andy Reid won. But we were more happy that San Francisco lost, especially with a lot of the antics coming from 40 whiner fans last year.
Shots
We
fired.
didn't have a quarterback.
Oh, boy.
I mean, we would have beaten him if our quarterback didn't get hurt. Blah blah blah. I'm like, is there a more annoying fan base in the world than 40 whiner fans? I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
all you 49er fans, chime in now for Chris.
yeah, come at me, bro. Give me your excuses for this year. Oh, and this is the best one. Okay. They didn't know the rules of overtime changed in the playoffs. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
that's why they took the ball instead of kicking off. But wow.
Well, you know that
I'm happy San Francisco lost. So let's put it that
Yeah. Goes without saying.
that missed extra point, man, that was costly for the 49ers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Huge.
And it wasn't just a block, it's just that he kicked it low. It was just a bad kick.
Just a bad
It was
kick.
it was a perfect snap. Got it. Holder got the ball down, and the kicker just kicked it into the line. So, yeah.
Ain't that something, man? The weight of an extra point, huh? From a touchdown. Just it really, that's when the whole game turned around, man.
It sure did. So, what do y'all think this has done for Patrick Mahomes, his card value? Do you think it's stayed the same? Has it gone up? I'm sure it hasn't gone down.
Yeah, I'm one where I haven't been keeping an eye on it, but experience is going to tell me that right now is not the time to be buying Patrick Mahomes cards. If you're doing that, you're buying into the hype and you're overpaying. So unless you have like really deep pockets and you're looking for something, rare or scarce, that's the only way it would make sense to me. But for the common collector to be shopping for any of the Kansas City Chiefs, especially Patrick Mahomes right now, in my opinion, is a mistake. Now I could be wrong, but that's just what the experience shows me.
I think a lot of the value with Mahomes cards is already baked into the price. It's kind of like when Tom Brady won the Super Bowl for Tampa Bay. Was there really that much of a bump in the value of his cards? No, it's because he's won six more. He won 6 previous Super Bowls, so kind of his value had reached its peak.
You think? But even what's your take?
Go ahead.
What's your take, Chris, on this Super Bowl puts Patrick in Tom Brady status? Considering all his accolades that he's done already.
I think he'd have to win another couple of more Super Bowls to get to Brady level. But
I'm wondering what the chat.
He's definitely elite.
Right.
He's Joe Montana level. Yeah. So, okay. But I think a lot of the value in Mahomes cards was already baked in. So I think they get a bump in value, but not as much as I think a lot of collectors think or want. So,
yeah.
Now, as far as other players, including a certain tight end for the Chiefs, I think there has been a bump because, well,
Yeah, for sure. What about Taylor Swift? What about her rookie cards? I think those have had a bump.
She actually has a card in a top set from
2009 Topps Heritage.
Like a Topps American Pie set.
That's what it is, American Pie.
Yeah.
It's a photo of her with Kanye bum rushing the stage at, I think, the MTV Awards. We all remember I'm gonna let you finish, but yeah. So
yeah, I think people have been asking some crazy prices on eBay for those cards and also for those unopened wax boxes as well. I think those things have gone through the roof. So yeah. So what about Brock Purdy? Does this hurt his cards for losing, or is he staying the same, or what do you think about that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't either.
I like him. I think he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, I had no horse in that race whatsoever, but I kind of was hoping for Brock Purdy to win that Super Bowl just because he was Mr. Irrelevant. That was really the only reason for that. I would have thought that would have been a great storyline. And of course, his cards would have really gone crazy after that point as well, I think. So also, I think PSA has graded a lot of Brock Purdy cards. I think that's one of the most graded cards they've had here recently.
Yeah.
What do you think of Patrick Mahomes if he wins a third straight Super Bowl? Will that put him up there with Tom Brady?
Yeah. Nobody's won 3 in a row, so
that would be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
That would be unbelievable, man. I think that would definitely bump his card prices up for sure.
Yeah.
So let's look at a few comments here real quick. Let me go back up to the very top. Let's see. Mad City Brew, good morning. We've got Stooks Baseball Cards, good morning.
Morning, Stooks.
Yep. Good morning, Jeff Eklund. TJ is online. He's online here.
It's a creative name.
Turkey Cards, good morning. Mike Petty, the C team. I don't know how to take that.
Yeah.
Here's TJ. He's
not even the junior varsity.
Yeah, exactly. Larry Gatlin, good morning. US Sports Cards. Yep. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning from TDZ. And let's see, yeah. Sorry about Kansas City. Okay. Mookie Chilson. I like this one. He lost it all in the Kick of Destiny. He's building from the ashes this week. Yeah, Gronk missed again. What did y'all think about that? There was so much hype on that thing, and he just choked again. I was laughing.
They were actually. I actually saw somebody recorded like a practice kick, and he was drilling him right down the middle. So I don't know if this was maybe
the fix is
on the level here.
Yeah. Well, I would have bet for him to miss it. I didn't bet on that, but I would have bet for him to miss it. Too bad I didn't bet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rex is calling in. Hey, Rex. I'm sure we're on the big screen. Yep, we're on the big screen. Yeah. Good morning from Terry Alexander. Let's see. Patrick Mahomes definitely makes Andy Reid a better coach. I agree with that for sure.
Better than Donovan.
Let's see. I think people are attracted to the black borders on Top Series. Well, okay, yeah, we'll be talking about that.
I have a few things to say about that. Let's
see.
It's a perfect week for Chris to be on the show because he's the.
It really is.
It
could have been scheduled any better, I think.
Yep.
Let me go through here real quick.
Number 3 all time. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is this Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah. Who is this guy? The Chiefs dynasty will resonate with collectors over time. Collector's dream. Hey there. What's going on? Foul 5 ball. Good morning. See TJ. He's done with people unloading some cards. Some of his cards soon. Buy the Super Bowl, hope to win, sell the new. Okay, yeah.
Now's the time to sell for sure. Right?
Yeah, now's definitely the time to sell. If you want to sell, now's the time. Let's see. Here's John, dude. Yeah.
He's leaving Bradshaw establishment.
You guys better be on your toes. John is on the chat today, so you better be careful.
I think he's in San Diego. I think I saw that somewhere on social media. Is that where you're at, John? I think you're.
Oh, you're some airplane somewhere.
Yeah,
first class. Yeah.
All right, so let's get out of the comments for a minute. Let's start talking about the elephant in the room for sure. The Top Series 1, 2024 Top Series 1. What are your all's thoughts on what you've seen so far? You have any favorite cards, anything like that? Or what do you think about, some of the photo bombs and things that we've seen?
Chris, I'll hand the floor to
you.
Go
ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I don't want to get too deep in like what we did last year around this time, where it's in the archives, where I basically hijacked a whole Tuesday night show and made it about Series 1. So I'll say this. I think it's 2 steps forward, but 3 steps backward. And there are some things that I do like about Topps this year. I like the design. I think everybody loves the design. It's original, the neon, the two-tone black border, I think has kind of like that 1986 vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the border, I came across a lot of people on social media just bitching and complaining about the black borders and how because of this, my cards aren't going to gem now because they're black bordered. I'm like, dude, if you're sending these cards to PSA to get graded, I think you need to find another hobby, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
So I like the design. I like the fact that they expanded the set from 330 to 350. Like I said last year, when I was a kid, the top set was 792 cards. Now, the last couple of years, it's only been 660, even though there are more teams in baseball now. There should be no reason why this isn't at least an 800 to 850, 900 card base set. I mean, even now, since the Players Association has some skin in the game, you would think they would want as many of their members as possible to have at least one card. And you would think team collectors would actually want the entire 26-man roster with at least one card. So that's another thing that I like about Topps. Another thing that I like about Topps is they got rid of those stupid manufactured relics in blaster boxes, like a plastic on them. And I know of no collector that likes these things. They're stupid. They haven't gotten rid of all of them, just the one in every blaster box part. Now, as far as 3 steps backwards, the thing that they replace them with in blaster boxes is more parallels. And the number of parallels in Topps is just already ridiculous. But now we have, are you ready for this? Easter egg parallels and bunny rabbit parallels and umbrella parallels and springtime watery flower parallels. I mean, why? What? I mean, who comes up with something this stupid? Anyway.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Okay. Some more things that I don't like about Topps. The other inserts just look bland this year. Yes, there is the 1989 reprint that is standard, but a lot of the other inserts just look bland, I guess is the best word. Nothing special. The Ken Griffey Jr. tribute set would be great if they hadn't already done that 6 years earlier with a 30-card tribute to Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
Again, there's just way too many parallels that nobody. Here's the thing about parallels. Collectors don't care about these cards. I go to a lot of card shows, and I'm a dollar box guy, and I dig through the dollar box, and it's the same thing over and over. 5 to 10 years worth of Topps parallels, 5 to 10 years worth of Bowman parallels, 5 to 10 years worth of chrome refractors. And it's not just the low level of parallels. It's the numbered parallels. It's the colored parallels. It's the pattern textured parallels. You know, I was reading that Panini Prism basketball came out this week, and there's 63 levels of parallels in this product. Nobody cares. I mean, breakers may care because it gives them their something other than something. But
I would say
at the end of the day, you know, these cards are just going to wind up in $1, $2, 50-cent boxes, and they're going to stay there forever.
Unless the player
no
pops.
one wants them.
Unless the player pops. If the player pops, then those parallels become very desirable.
All of them? All
sure.
63 of them?
I'm sure.
All of them with the stupid Easter egg parallel? I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we haven't even gotten to the stupidest part, and that's Kevin Hart. I mean, I honestly thought that Topps was phasing away out the stupid parts that they've been known for over the last decade and a half. Things like cards of squirrels, cards with little twinkles hidden on the card. Look, I like Kevin Hart. I don't mind Kevin Hart being on a Topps card. He's actually been on a Topps card before. I don't know if you remember when they did those celebrity first pitch cards a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
This is just stupid.
Yeah, it's definitely gimmicky. I don't know who they're pandering to, but I just think it's ridiculous in my opinion. I don't like them. What do you think, Victor?
Well, it definitely is gimmicky, but I think it's all part of the plan of Fanatics. When we look at the premiere for this product, they had Tom Brady there, they had Kevin Hart there, and they're trying to bring culture into the sports cards, mixing actors and that sort of thing. And I'm okay with it. It's not something that I'm going to pursue. It's not something that interests me, but it does create a level of excitement within the hobby. And
it does.
I think so. When you look
I'm
at
hearing, I'm not the only collector,
right?
That thinks this is effing stupid.
Oh, I know. There's a lot of comments out there, but as far as it creating, what I saw on release day on social media was a ton of excitement for opening up this product. I like Kevin Hart personally. Am I going to drop the money for something as rare as this? I think their serial number to 52. That's just going to be, it's not going to be something that interests me. But I do like them trying to maybe think outside the box, do something different, and kind of just throw.
This isn't something different though. They've been doing stupid stuff like this.
The gimmicks,
years.
Yeah, but you haven't seen like a Kevin Hart little thing here. Yeah, I guess we did with what's that one Derek Jeter card where we had President Bush in the background, which is still a pretty cool card today. I mean, it's a desirable card. So I guess time will tell. The hobby will decide long term. But I did find it very interesting, though. I did find in a social media post that I would like to read to you guys. I found this. I took a screenshot of it because it was hilarious. But somebody commented in one of my Facebook groups that I belong to. He says, a public service announcement to all the newer collectors out there. There is absolutely no reason to rip Series 1 baseball if you care about the value of cards. That within the first 3 hours, there was 137 comments. And can I tell you, this guy got blasted for making this comment.
I bet he did.
There was bazookas launched at this guy for making this statement. And it's one of them things where, I don't know, man, I'm just excited that the hobby is excited. You know what I mean? politics aside, gimmicks aside, I'm excited that the hobby is this excited for opening up Top Series 1.
Well, I can't tell you how many posts I saw on social media that once the Super Bowl was over, everybody was going, it's baseball season. But of course, I'm a racing guy. I think racing season is starting, but everybody's excited about opening day and baseball season starting. So there's a lot of excitement for sure, no doubt.
Yeah.
So also going with Topps 2024 Series 1, these short prints that nobody has seen. Has anybody seen these? I know that Eric, those back pages, has talked about it. I think he said something to the effect of he's just wanting to confirm that to Topps that these cards actually made it into the packs. And I think after the very first day of ripping, he said there was nobody that has seen any of those cards.
I haven't seen any, except this advertisement. That's all.
And again, my issue is why though. I mean, why do you need to do this now and not hold them back for Series 2? Because these guys are going to be in Series 2.
Yeah,
in their proper uniforms.
I can agree with that. They should have waited to Series 2.
Why now?
Yeah.
And why so short? And I do want to point out regarding these cards is that I don't know if you remember last year, people noticed that on the back of the pack wrappers there was something called hidden gems that nobody was finding. And it wasn't until almost like a month later after Series 1's release that the first batch of hidden gems finally started being pulled out of packs. So maybe these were really, really, really late editions.
Yeah,
and we won't.
But if they're truly short prints and they're truly inserted into the packs, I would have thought that they would have popped out by now. So maybe the collation, I don't know what Topps is doing, but hopefully they'll show up soon.
Yeah, an interest with this product that really falls into my wheelhouse is the first card identifier that they put on this. I actually made a video on this, but I felt when I first heard about it, there was a level of redundancy here. When you look at historically what first card actually means, it's actually historically that actually means it's a rookie card. And then, so now they have, in my opinion, I was looking at it as now they have 2 rookie card identifiers on a card, which I felt was ridiculous, but that's not the angle. I guess it's been confirmed now. Topps has released information on this. It's basically for that first set that was printed, and that's the ones that only.
It's another one of one.
It's basically another one of one, basically, right? I don't know if it's serial numbered one of one, but it's basically another. I don't like it because I was reading through some comments. Some people actually thought that, oh well, that's going to be the true rookie card, and it's like, oh my god, no. No, people, it's just a gimmick. Relax,
So I'm assuming that Topps printed one sheet with that first card on it and cut them and put them in packs.
Right.
And it's just another one of one.
And it's just muddies the waters even more, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something that Chris is going to have to update in the baseball cardpedia and give an explanation, because people will actually misidentify what that actually means and why.
Yeah, I honestly thought that this, and if you go onto Baseball Cardpedia for 2024 Topps, you'll see that I thought this was just going to be a special parallel just for the rookies, because that's what I've been led to believe.
Right.
And apparently it's not. So thanks, Topps. Jackasses.
Well, speaking of Topps 2024 Topps Series 1, there is one card that there's several cards after all these rookie cards that I don't think anybody has really seen, and it's this one right here. It is the super short prints.
Don't give me any ideas.
Okay, you got me. You got me.
Yeah, so these are limited to 69 cards. So if you see one of these cards out here,
Nice.
it's pretty rare.
Okay, all right.
I thought you might like that, Victor.
I'm a little dark skinned, but I'm blushing.
Yeah, those are gonna be
Oh,
tough, man.
That's
Those are gonna
good. Thank you for that.
You're welcome, man. I thought that was hilarious. So, any more comments on Top Series 1? I know that. Let me ask you guys this: do you have any favorite cards that you've seen? Any kind of cards that really stand out? You know, poses or players or anything that you really like that you've seen so far?
There's one card of a backup catcher for the Pirates. And I don't know if you remember the 96 Pinnacle Bob Hamlin card.
Yeah.
And it's basically a card of him holding the it almost looks like a mugshot because he's holding the a piece of cardboard with his name on it. Well,
Yeah.
they did that for this poor catcher for the Pirates. It's him. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that Bob Hamlin card has been voted like the worst baseball card of all time, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So what about you, Victor? Have you seen anything that really tickles your fancy?
I haven't opened any yet, but I do plan on opening some on the Rip night that's going to be coming in on the 24th. But I saw one posted on social media of Anthony Rizzo, and I think it was a short print, but it was a really nice photograph of Rizzo. I like Rizzo, ex-member of the Chicago Cubs here, so he has a lot of has a special place in my heart, anyways, being from this region. But that card was pretty cool looking.
That's cool, man. So let me ask you this: talking about the gimmicky photobomb cards. If you had a choice of somebody to put on there as a photobomb, do you guys have anybody that you'd like to see on there as a photobomb? Go ahead, Chris.
Lyle Rashke and Jeremy Fullerton.
Okay.
Why not? If you're gonna go stupid all the way. Here you are, collector. Enjoy. It's us. We got your money.
What about you, Victor? Anybody you'd like to see on a photobomb card?
I mean, if they got the Kevin Hart, we got to have like The Rock in the background somewhere, I would think.
Oh God, people would go crazy if The Rock was a photobomb card, for God's sakes. How about Michael Jordan as a photobomb? I don't think they can do that though.
No, that would be huge.
How about the Menendez brothers?
They've already done that.
They've already done that.
Okay, so let's see what else. So Victor, you say you haven't opened any boxes. Chris, have you opened any boxes yet?
No, nor do I plan on it.
You guys are really
I've
excited.
given up on new cards years ago. So
Gotcha. So you're not going to try to complete sets or do anything like that at all, huh?
I'll buy a factory set, but the Topps product overall just isn't all that compelling to collect anymore. So
gotcha.
Yep, they lost me.
All right, so I guess if you guys don't have anything else on Top Series 1, let's move on to something else here real quick. Saw this. It's the Topps Hobby Hall of Fame nomination form. I think, Chris, we were talking before the show. You said this was like maybe an email blast or something that went out because...
Yeah, it was brought to my attention by former Topps employee, Susie Lejeudi. I think I got her name right. I've known her for 15 years and I still don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, yeah, everybody knows who Suze is anyway. But apparently this must have gone out to their mailing list of dealers and really big money whale type collectors. And they're starting a Hall of Fame developed to honor hobby leaders that through creativity, hard work, and ingenuity have grown the collector community, led breakthrough innovation, and served as role models in the industry. And I think when a lot of people saw this, myself included, that they're really not going for collectors and they're really not going for dealers to be in this thing. They're really going for influencers, those type of people, the kind of people that have infected, I mean, come into the hobby over the last 5 years, give them an award, slap them in the rear end and say, keep on doing what you're doing. When I first heard this, I put on my Twitter account, I'm going to nominate Jefferson Burdick for this thing, because if there's one person that deserves to be in a hobby Hall of Fame, it's the guy that probably did more for the hobby than anybody else. I know voting closed a couple of days ago, but I hope Jefferson Burdick is recognized in this. If you want some legitimacy in this Hall of Fame and not have it turn into something like the WWE Hall of Fame, where basically it was whoever, there were no standards. It was whoever Vince McMahon wanted in that Hall of Fame. I hope we get some actual hobby legends like Burdick, like Dr. Jim, heck, maybe even Rich Klein. So, and
Yeah.
Cyberger. So.
I think it's going to be a popularity contest. I don't think it's going to be, true contributors to the hobby, unfortunately. And I think I saw somewhere online that somebody had stated, like what you were saying, Chris, that you should have been in the hobby at least 4 to 5 years before you were even nominated for something like this. Have some kind of rules, have some kind of definition on what constitutes a true Hall of Fame inductee. And, I'm afraid people, some of these crazy influencers and things are going to be in there and not true hobby pioneers, which is really kind of gimmicky, and it's going to be sad in a way.
Yeah. My standard would be, in 5 to 10 years, would you be embarrassed that this guy is still recognized as a Hall of Famer or not?
That's a very good point. Because like once you're in a Hall of Fame, you really it's hard to be kicked out of a Hall of Fame. I think I don't think you can really be kicked out. So I'm with you. I think unfortunate as it may be, I think a lot of people in the hobby right now have no idea who Jefferson Burdick is. It's kind of like Lewis Hamilton was, in 2020. Nobody knew until they heard about him in Tops. I mean, in Tops F1. But yeah, I don't think people know who he is. I mean, I know a lot of people know who Dr. Beckett is, and I think he should be in there as well. But yeah, I think this is a chance for Tops to educate people, and they're not going to do that.
No, like I said, it's just glad handing and a nice slap in the rear end, and here's an award. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very deserving. And then, it's where it gets a little cronyism. Is where that's not open to the public. That's just sent to a significant few, right, within the hobby that gets to vote on that. So there could be a lot of politics involved in that.
Yeah.
If the voting base is meant to be the kind of people that attend something like the Tops Industry Summit, who do you think they're going to vote for? They're going to vote for people like them. So,
yeah. Oh, most definitely. I think that if you're really truly going to make this a real Hall of Fame, I think the collectors need to have a voice as well. And it looks like they're shutting that voice out, which I think that's a bad idea from Tops.
Yeah, I agree.
So with this, who do you think legitimately might get in? Victor, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, no, I don't.
I mean, legitimately, it's like what Chris said. It should be people who are true hobby pioneers,
Right.
but it will be probably people like Steve Aoki and people like that. That
Yeah.
have a lot of money, spend a lot of money on cards.
Right.
They put themselves out there, and I think that's the kind of people we're going to see.
Steve Aoki, to his credit, is a card collector and has been for a while. So,
Yeah.
not sure it's Hall of Fame material, but
well, again, it's
and like I said about it being about as legitimate as the WWE Hall of Fame. Every year, Vince would pick some celebrity to be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think one year, Drew Carey was in the Royal Rumble one year. And like 15 years later, he's in the WWE Hall of Fame. So I think it might be something like that. But yeah.
I like Burdick, Dr. Beckett, and I like what's his name from Burbank. I'm having a brain fart right now, but those three guys, in my opinion, are top notch, next level ambassadors, apostles of the hobby, in my opinion.
Totally agree. You're talking about the WWE Hall of Fame. Isn't Donald Trump in that Hall of Fame as well?
Yes, he is.
So that just goes
fair, he did main event a WrestleMania, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
it looked like that.
He wasn't actually in the ring, though. He was managing another wrestler. It was the battle of the billionaires, and the loser's handler had to get their head shaved, and Vince McMahon's guy lost, and Vince McMahon had his head shaved. So
yeah. Looks like your picture, the Victor's rookie card thing, really took off there in the comments there.
It did. Yeah, I think going back to the photobomb cards, I think our own John Newman made his own photobomb card.
Pretty good. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, he did good on that one. So yeah, I think it was kind of believable for a second when you first look at it.
Right, it was
because he's holding a sub sandwich, which I think he had that one just recently.
Was it a sandwich? I thought it was a burrito, but okay.
Or maybe it is a burrito. I thought it was a sub or burrito. I don't know. It's some kind of food. Well, let's look at some of these comments real quick. Let's see here. We've got from TDZ. Texas Card Dude. If Newman is not on that list, it's a sham. I get you. He's talking about John Newman. Foul Ball 5. He always puts a set together. If I was still collecting baseball cards, I'm a set guy. I would be putting a set together as well, and I would also buy a factory set too. Chris C. Chris C. Wall is still my favorite. Collector's Dream. Dr. Beckett. Yep, totally agree. We all agree with that. Here we go. Drake is the first ballot Hall of Famer. Let's see. Here's Stuke. He says Burdick, Beckett, Cy Berger. Yeah, there's a good one right there. And Al Rosen, Mr. Mint.
Al Rosen, yeah.
That's a solid list.
That is a solid list. That's the best list I've seen right there, man. I like that.
Might put in Keith Olbermann as well. So
yeah. Didn't he write backs for cards?
Yes, he did on the SSPC set.
Yeah,
and he took a lot of the photos that were used in '81 Donruss.
Wow, yeah, he's definitely a hobby pioneer. He loves the hobby, no doubt. Let's see, Chris C, of course, Dr. Beckett, Mad City Brew. This is the Fanatics Hall of Fame. Who is coolest? That is exactly what.
Yeah, we figured that out.
Yeah, exactly. Collector's Dream, Mr. Mint, Al Rosen. Totally agree. Chris C. I'll wait for Topps Chrome Holiday, and I don't know how to pronounce that. might be in it possibly. And Uncle Rich acceptance speech from inside the box would be special. Yeah. See, it's yeah. They should have a photobomb card of Uncle Rich's box.
I'm afraid a Rich Klein acceptance speech would just ramble on, and he'd plug his card show at his synagogue and tell all the people about what all the set.
Yeah, so,
I love Rich, but he does ramble on a bit.
Well, we all do to some extent. Let's see. Rex says Beckett used to do something like this at the industry summit. It was more of a yearly award, I believe. So yeah, and that's more legit, I think, for sure. This Hall of Fame has the potential to be messy. Yeah, just give pioneers and influencers, etc., their own awards. Yeah,
Splitting it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Philly Joe Hall of Fame needs to have eras distinguished between the pioneers. Yes. Yeah, they probably, because I know the NASCAR Hall of Fame has a pioneer era, and then they have the modern era guys. So they have two guys from the modern era, and then they have a pioneer going into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So yeah, that's actually not a bad idea, and that's actually being done by NASCAR. Cronyism, just like the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Rob Veras, thank you, Bo, for
Rob Veras.
Yeah.
I don't know why we couldn't think of Rob's name. Sorry, Rob. We apologize for
no, I just had a brain fart.
Brain farting for sure. but it is still early on a Saturday, man.
It really is.
You're in weekend mode. Mama Breaks is number 1 in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I've never seen a Mama Breaks break at all. I don't watch any of those things. I'll participate maybe in a break, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and that's about it for me. I don't want to blow my money on stuff like that. Acceptance speech, we'll hear, "Hello, card investors." Yep. Cards HQ. See, Chris C, he agrees. Bob, 1 Million Cubs project. Unfortunately, I do think it would be names like Ken Golden, Jeff Wilson, etc. Yes. Yeah. I forgot about Ken Golden, but yeah. Agreed.
This just in.
According
to the Daily Beast, Donald Trump will be appearing today at SneakerCon in Philadelphia.
Gosh.
3 p.m. Be there.
So
SneakerCon is like the national for sneakerheads, by the way.
Okay.
Sneaker collectors.
He's going after the sneakerhead vote now.
That's super interesting.
Yeah. He wrote it last night on his Twitter knockoff site. I guess, maybe he's a sneaker guy and he needs to offload some of his pairs because,
yeah, maybe he's
$354 million yesterday.
Yeah, pump and dump guy. Yeah, Pete Rose and Donald. I forgot that Pete Rose was in the WWE Hall of Fame. Holy smokes.
Really?
He was
that just goes
like a pile driver from Kane, not once but twice. Once dressed up as the San Diego Chicken. It was great.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. The year, I think it was the year, it was in Boston, and Pete Rose comes out and he's like, he just does a complete heel promo on the Boston crowd. It's like, yeah, that's right. I beat your guys in 75. And when you came that close in 86, Bill Buckner choked again. And he was getting all sorts of heat, and out came Kane and gave him a pile driver, and the crowd loved it, and Pete Rose sold it well. It was awesome.
Wow. When was this? This was
like WrestleMania 14 or 15. It was in Boston, and then the next year when WrestleMania was in Philly, during the middle of the Kane match, he comes out dressed up as the San Diego Chicken, and Kane pile drives the chicken, takes off the chicken mask, and it's Pete Rose.
Nice.
Wow.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Alan.
Yeah. I would agree with that. We love you, Victor.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary V. Oh my God, I forgot all about Gary V.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I think Gary V's moved on to his latest
Yeah.
grift.
Yeah. It seems like.
But the thing, I don't. You remember last year's national? Gary V showed up with those V critter cards.
Mhm.
Those people are fanatical about that.
They
And
lot of
we
people-
actually had a couple of them come to our live set on stage and ask a few questions. I don't know if you remember that, but those people are nuts for that. I don't know what it is. I mean, I made $50 off of my pair of Gary V promo cards that came on my VIP bag. So
There you
go. Yeah.
I sold mine too.
I don't remember any of those people milling around the sports card section. They were kind of confined to their own little Gary V universe booth. But those people were just fanatical about it. So anyway.
Yeah, he was several rows deep around his booth of people.
Yeah.
And it was constant.
Yeah.
When I'd walk by there. Let's see here. Stuke says, how many YouTube content creators are you thinking are thinking of a photobomb custom card for their national? Yeah, there's a lot of people that are going to be doing that now. There's going to be a lot of copycats for sure. Okay, so you guys have any more comments on the Topps Hall of Fame?
Okay. I forgot about this guy. Collector's Dream in the comments. Don West.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna want to get in on this. Dark Island, folks.
The one and only.
We got Upper Deck.
Yeah.
We're gonna get all these sets. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, he's kind of down there in the annals of history. People don't really realize or remember who he is if you didn't watch back then.
Yeah.
I think he's a lot more famous because after Shop-a-Home went away, he started doing wrestling as a commentator for TNA wrestling. And I once went to a TNA show in Philadelphia, and during the intermission, Don West came out, and he was in charge of merch. And this guy was just in his element in the middle of the ring, just giving everybody the hard sell. Folks, we got these Sting masks, 2 for $20, and I'll even throw in a t-shirt. And, they sold a lot of merch that night.
I bet them Sting masks are worth something today.
Well,
you're just making it.
I don't even know what they had, but this guy was born to sell stuff, and he did a good job for TNA. So.
Yeah, I like what Rex has to say here. He says, I find the whole concept of creating celebrities from a group of guys who collect cards of celebrities pretty silly. What are we doing here? Totally, yeah. I agree with that.
But that's the whole reason why I started on Hobby Hotline. I want to be famous. I don't care about educating people and making commentary. I want to be an influencer.
Well, you've been in the hobby too long to be an influencer. You have to be in the hobby less than 4 years to be an influencer.
Oh, okay.
So that's part of the criteria. So you can't.
So in like a couple of years, when these current batch of influencers graduate, there'll be another batch to come. Is that how it works?
I think that's how it works, and they'll have their own rookie cards and all that. So, and Victor can comment on all those. So, I tell you what, let's talk about pickups. What kind of cards have you guys picked up lately, or anything that you picked up you want to show?
I got something I want to. I got a show and tell item, because this is something that when it came out, I was kind of offended that it came out, and I spent years avoiding this until maybe a couple of years ago when I started trying to assemble the individual cards from this. It's a 2001 Fleer Tradition Baseball Factory set. And the deal with this set is that it's a 450 card set. And for a lot of us traditional collectors, we built our set the old-fashioned way. Opened up packs, built the whole 450 card set. And then we kind of anticipated that Fleer would do what they had done in previous years and release an update set, because remember that 2001, that was the year of the Ichiro and Albert Pujols rookies, and the regular Fleer update set, the pack version, didn't have either one of those. But when they issued this factory set, they did not issue an update set. Instead, they tacked on 35 additional cards to the set that included Pujols and Ichiro, which for, again, traditional collectors who assembled their set the old-fashioned way, kind of a bit of a slap in the face.
There was a ton of that going on in 2001.
Yeah. It's like, we got your money the first time, but if you want to get the rookie cards, you have to buy something that you've already collected.
Yeah.
Is it any wonder why this company went bankrupt? Well, anyway, I found this set at a card show in Virginia Beach about a month ago. And these sets, again, because of Ichiro and Pujols, these sets generally go for about $150. And I got this. I kept the price tag on for $60. So I think I got a good deal.
Yeah.
And I think if I ever wanted to buy the individual 35 bonus cards, which I've tried to do, it would take me more than $60 to collect them all. So I think I got a good deal there. So
for me, I got some subs back from PSA. Really proud of this Adrian Beltre. Got a dime on this one.
Nice.
And a pretty cool Michael Jordan insert.
ooh,
I got a dime on that one.
ooh.
And I had this card in a box, and I didn't even realize what it was, but it's out of 2018 Topps Update, and it features Ichiro and Shohei Ohtani, but it's the vintage stock, serial number to 99.
Ooh.
So that's only 17 of these have been graded in the pop report.
That's a low pop.
Yeah, it is. Pretty nice card.
So I'll show a couple things real quick. Of course, it's not NASCAR, but I did pick up this Topps Sapphire Lewis Hamilton PSA 9. It's so shiny. Yeah, it's very shiny.
It's so shiny.
It's so shiny. And then, of course, we all know that Frank Thomas lets everyone know that we're number one. So I picked up this upper deck card where Frank Thomas is giving us the bird. He's doing that also on another card. What card is that? I'm trying to remember.
92 Stadium Club.
Stadium Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's putting on his eye black and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's
I'm surprised those photos got approved. But
I know.
I am too. It's funny what gets through these guys.
I'm glad they did.
They look at so much. I guess it's easy for that to happen. Then I picked up. Of course, everybody knows I do the sophomoric slab showcase on PSA Set Registry. I picked up this 74 Topps Walt Williams, and of course he has no neck at all. I just think that's a funny looking card. So, I mean that dude has no neck. Let's be honest.
Head and shoulders like the shampoo.
Yeah, he is like the shampoo. But I bought that one just to add to my showcase. Let's see what else have I got here real quick. I'll show you guys. I did trade for this really nice Dale Earnhardt autograph from Scoreboard. That's a really cool card. So I like that card. And one more thing I'll show you real quick. This really nice Richard Petty memorabilia card. See if I can get it to focus. So yeah. So those are my pickups for this week. So So cool. So it's getting close to the end of the show. Do you guys have any last comments?
Man, already, huh?
Yeah, it's already been an hour, man.
All right.
I do want to mention a comment. Somebody mentioned 84 Fleer update. They were $6 a set when they came out. I bought a set last year for $375. So,
wow,
yeah, but it came it came paged in a book, but without the empty box. And I just bought an empty box of 84 Fleer update for like $25. And it should be here within a couple of weeks. So $25 for an empty box.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
any final thoughts for you, Victor?
No, man, I'm just plugging along here. Not much going on this weekend, so just here we go.
All right. So I do want to remind people to be looking for the Super Short Prints with the true rookie card logo featuring Victor Roman Sr. replacing the Standard Tops rookie card logo, limited to 69 cards. Be on the lookout for those. If anybody sees any of those, please post them on Twitter. We would appreciate that.
There you go.
One other thing that I want to mention, for Baseball Cardpedia, the article for the checklist for 2024 Tops is not up yet. And that's because I sent to the Baseball Cardpedia Midwest office the wrong checklist. So that's been delayed. That's why it's not up there yet. My mistake. But I did send the Midwestern office the checklist formatted, and it should be up shortly, hopefully soon. So,
okay. Cool.
Anyway, other than that, I got nothing else to say. It's a good show. Keep rocking in the free world, folks.
Yep. Comments were on fire today. We appreciate all you guys tuning in today and listening to the show. And I guess we will check you guys next week. And I think we are out of here as soon as I find the outro.
I think Uncle Rich is on next week.